today I'm going to be talking to you about your conscious and your subconscious mind and give you a very, very basic, simple understanding about how these two parts of your mind work. And by understanding this, you can drastically transform your life and also speed up your manifestation process. So hello, my name's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. This is one of my most favorite things to talk about, to learn about, and to work with, because by understanding how these two parts of your mind work, you can drastically change things. You can also understand more about yourself and why you're either doing certain things or not doing certain things that you want to be doing. So we'll start with the conscious mind. So basically, there are two parts of your mind, your conscious and your subconscious mind. They function very, very differently. Try to see if I can attach a photo to kind of represent and to have an image that you can hold in your conscious mind that is under your conscious awareness. Represent the difference between these two parts, because your conscious mind thinks in images. And so when you're learning, it's really, really useful to have an image to work with. And so there's a stick figure, if I can figure out how to do this, by Bob Proctor that he uses. And then there's the other classic example of an iceberg with like the tip coming out and then like a huge thing to represent your conscious mind being the tip and the subconscious being like the huge mold of ice that's under the surface that is. So let's talk about the conscious mind first. So the conscious mind is estimated to be about 5% responsible for your behavior. It's the part of you that thinks, it has reason, it has your intellect, so it gathers information. Your conscious mind has the ability to choose, it has free will, so it can accept or reject any information that is coming into your consciousness. So essentially, there's a consciousness coming through you, and your conscious mind is basically the gatekeeper to your subconscious mind, but it has the ability to choose which information is filtered into your subconscious mind. So within your conscious mind, there are also mental faculties, which you have, but you can also develop, which include your imagination, your reason, your intuition, your will, and your memory. Underneath that, underneath your conscious awareness, is your subconscious mind. And so this part of you functions very, very differently, and it's responsible for approximately 95% of your feelings, your thoughts, and your behavior. The subconscious mind also must accept any information that you are consciously giving to it. So for example, it doesn't have the ability to say like, hey, this image that you are giving to me of all of this worry that you're creating in your mind and imagining, it doesn't have the ability to say, hey, that's actually not empowering to me, or like, that's actually disempowering to me and not helpful at this present moment. It has to accept it, and that controls the feeling and the vibration that you're giving into your body. So it must accept all information that you give to it. It doesn't have the ability to accept specific information and then reject other information. It just accepts whatever instructions you're consciously giving to it. Subconscious mind is your emotional mind. It's your feeling mind. It controls the vibration and the frequency of your body. The subconscious mind functions automatically. It doesn't need any conscious effort to get it to run properly. And so when you think about this, when you think about like your organs, or when you think about breathing, it's not like you have conscious awareness over this. So let me give you a few examples. When you were first driving a car, when you were first riding a bike, or even when you were putting on your own clothes, you had difficulty doing it. It was new. You had no idea what you were doing. You made mistakes. It took a lot of conscious effort. It took a lot of repetition until it became an automatic program. Once you do this through repetition and it becomes fixed in your subconscious mind, it functions automatically. For example, you don't really need to think about how to put on your clothes in the morning. You just automatically go and do it. It's not like you're like thinking like, okay, I'm gonna put in this arm and then gonna put it over my head. It's like, you're just doing it automatically. You just go over it, you put on your clothes. Same thing when you're driving your car. When you first started driving your car, it was all super conscious. You had to like think about putting the key in. You had to think about like driving and like how much gas do I put on. This was all new and you were super conscious doing it. At a certain point, this became unconscious and it became a pattern. I'm assuming that a lot of the time when you're driving, you're not consciously aware. You can like drive 20 minutes and be like, I have no idea. I do not remember anything of what I just did. Like who was driving the car? It's your subconscious mind, and your conscious mind was like imagining a bunch of different things and like lost in a different world, right? And so this part of you is super powerful. So in your subconscious mind, you have beliefs, you have assumptions, you have stories, you have your self-image, which I will do a whole other video on because your self-image is everything. You have your identity, and then you have these paradigms, which are basically, I'll do another video on this, which are just basically a bunch of habitual ways of being. So for example, if you make the conscious decision to go to the gym 5 days a week, okay, so you make that decision, that's with your conscious mind, your 95% of you. You can do that for a little bit, and that's based on like willpower. Maybe you'll have some motivation, maybe you'll have your inspiration, but at a certain point, your subconscious program that's like, I don't go to the gym, I don't have the identity of going to the gym, or I have a subconscious belief that says going to the gym is hard, people who go to the gym are stupid, people who go to the gym are blank. Whatever kind of like beliefs, assumptions, identity, self-image that you have, or even I'm not the type of person that goes to the gym. That will, if you're not aware that that's what's going on, then it will be very, very, very hard to use your willpower, and the familiar patterns that are happening in your subconscious automatically will bring you back down to familiarity, which will bring you back down to being comfortable, which will bring you back down to just being in the habitual way of being. And so essentially, it's really, really important to understand how these parts of your mind work and get them aligned, because once they get aligned, then the behavior that you want or anything that you want to do will happen automatically. The subconscious mind also controls the frequency of your body. You know anything about manifesting? I'm not going to do a whole video on manifesting right now, but I will. But essentially, whatever patterns are going on in your subconscious mind are controlling the frequency of your body and the things that you will attract into your life, because you attract what you're in resonant vibration with. So I'll give you a personal example of how these things play out. So when I was doing my master's, I had like a zillion ideas of things that I wanted to do, of businesses that I wanted to create, of like just so much going on. If anyone knows me, they know that like when I'm interested in something and I'm interested in so many different things, it's hard for me to stay like focused. But when I'm interested in something, I go down the rabbit hole. I want to know everything about it. And so for so many things like soil, for food, for like water quality, all of these different things that I was just so interested in, I wanted to like take action and do something with them and like actually like start something with them. The issue was those are things in my conscious mind. I had a very, 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 very low self-image. The person who I thought that I was almost negligible. Like I was just like the lowest of the low. Like I couldn't do anything. Like there was like these patterns of like, you're not worthy, you're not enough. What if you get criticized? Like, what if you do this wrong? Like, this just isn't you. Like, you're not a business person. Like, you don't have great ideas. All of these patterns just made it basically impossible for me to actually act on those ideas, because that's 95% of what's going on. So say I would have the inspiration, oh my God, I'm going to do this. The beliefs and the patterns and the assumptions and the paradigm wasn't aligning with that conscious thought, it's probably not going to happen. And you see this all the time with people who go through school and they have so much intellectual knowledge and they're so brilliant and they have so many great ideas, but they're not acting on them because of the subconscious mind. It's because it's not aligning, because the subconscious mind controls the behavior and the frequency that you're in. So basically, when you can get your conscious thoughts aligned with your subconscious desires, your beliefs, your perceptions, your assumptions, your identity, and your self-image and your paradigm, then you can easily and automatically do what's required, also be a vibrational match to what you want. So I hope this was helpful. If this resonates with you and you want to dive deeper into like what's actually blocking or stopping you from doing what you want to do, from manifesting whatever you want to manifest, I do offer one-on-one coaching so we can unpack this together and get alignment within your conscious, your subconscious mind, and your body. Otherwise, subscribe to my channel. I'll be offering a lot of free content about all of these types of things that I really hope are useful, because they were so useful for me. I hope this is helpful. I hope you have the best day, and love you all.